All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this one is actually a little bit of an interesting video, okay? This one's going to be less about the four tickers I cover and more about the market condition that we're at, okay? So the tickers we're going to look at are AIRE, the first one you see here, okay? LMDX, INVO, and AKU, all right? And look, this I believe is not accurate. I think this did well more than 400% because this thing opens at 20. Look at this thing, all right? Look at the box. It opens at $23. It goes as high as $500, all right? And then it closes at 406, all right? Crazy to say the least, all right? This is a BS stock, all right? Only 23,000 shares were traded. This is nothing, all right? And there's a little bit more volume on the next ones, but I have a theory, all right? And I'm gonna show this a couple times. And I was talking about it actually in the MEM disc. Oh, nice. There's a couple more convos happening. Okay. And you can pause it if you want to read the whole thing. Like I said, I'll cover this a little bit more, but like this is where it is. I generally believe that when silly stocks are moving big, that's the sign of a bad market. And that's what these four are. All right. And just be careful is the first part. Just don't chase the dragon is the second part. And for real, don't let some silly movements affect your plans too much. All right. So that's really the backbone of this video more than it is what I actually think about these four stocks. All right. So before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have 5 moving averages, but this thing's only been trading for 1 day. So we don't have an 8-day or 20 or anything, right? Again, this has only been trading for 1 day, so we don't have a MACD, we don't have an RSI, but we can at least see today's volume. And then, oh no, that's it, that's everything. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, all right? But let's get going. In AIRE, listen. All right. The first thing to easily see is this thing closed at 406 and it's now all the way down at 100 and something. People have now lost almost 75%, right? Rough numbers going from 400 to 100. You've thrown away 300 of that 400, right? That in a nutshell is why I can't stress this is something you should never even touch. You should look at this like a cool movie. Then you should I trade this and what should I do to catch this? Like, no, man, like knock on wood, I like to consider myself a decent trader. I am not here wondering how do I catch the next one of these, all right? The next thing I want to do is really quickly go into the 1 minute chart. Look at this thing. Look how ugly of an ugly this is, all right? So this thing didn't start trading until this moment right here, and you can see there's absolutely no volume, right? Like you can see the volume as I'm moving just stay at 0.000000. There's still been no volume at all, no volume at all, no volume. And then all of a sudden, the first volume of 700 shares comes in and it takes this thing from whatever it was down here, 20, all the way up to 40. And then again, some random 1,000 shares. Then again, some random 400. Like this was insignificant trade movement that made a crazy thing happen. It made it go like, this is BS trading. All right. And I'm telling you, if you're sitting at home wondering how do I catch the next AIRE, you're going to lose your money faster than you will make it. All right. This is not what sustainable trading is. And more than anything, in my sincere opinion, this is the sign of bad trading. All right. I'm going to show it again. Like, we're in a bad market, and good companies do bad when the market goes down. So eyes are going to shift to silly things. And yeah, like, people are going to make money. All right. That doesn't mean you need to make money too. All right. And I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money and stuff, but like, this is dangerous trading. All right. The next one I'm going to look at is LMDX. All right. Look at this thing. This thing goes up 200%. This thing was trading well below all the moving. Lose all five and die is what this thing is. Going below all the moving averages is all this thing knows. There is absolutely no reason for any rational trader to see the close of Friday and think to themselves, man, this is the stock I need to buy for Monday. All right. Yet, like, the volume on Friday was 800K. We magically jumped to 300. All right. The next thing that's really important is, look, this thing actually opens at 33 and then drops down to 27 where it closes. More people lost about 20%, if I'm doing my math, than actually made any money today. All right. And again, let's come into the one. Oh, this is at least a more decent 1 minute. That's good. We at least don't see the crazy dashes. So this one was a little bit more sustainable. That's actually positive to see. But again, I think the main just thing that I'm echoing is this is what I call a silly stock. All right. Hey, maybe this thing had some real legit news, and like, yeah, just there's nothing that would have justified this in my head. There's nothing that would have been able to let you find this in my head. And for real, if you're chasing something like this, you're going to lose more money than you will make in the long run. All right. And just like that last one that we saw, this thing's going down pretty hard after hours. I know we're only losing a couple cents, but every 2 cents is another 10% down the toilet, right? So I think there's a lot of reason to believe this thing's coming down to 17. I think there's even more reason to believe that 17 doesn't hold. This might even come down to 15. Yeah, I mean, again, like, this is not sustainable trading, and I think it echoes what a bad market does. People want to make money every day, right? And when you can't make them on the good, reliable ones, you're going to start turning to ones like this, all right? I'm not looking at the weekly. I'm not looking at the daily. Like, I'm barely looking at the daily, excuse me. We're barely, like, this is more a general pass-through of these, just because, again, like, these are all crazy. Look at this thing, all right? This one kind of might be the best, all right? And again, same kind of opening as the last one, well under all the moving averages. Friday was horrible. Friday's volume was only 34K. All of a sudden we're at 100 mil. Like, there was no reason to see Friday's close and think to yourself, oh yeah, Monday, this is going to definitely open at $1 something and go all the way up, right? Look, this actually is able to open right at, like, you know, when I draw my lines, you see me do them on like these horizontals, or maybe that one good green candle. And yeah, we basically open there and are able to take advantage of this red all the way to the next moving average up, right? So this one actually does all right in terms of, hey, this one was manageable. This one opens down here at 150, closes up here at 212. I like that, right? This one, maybe if it can get over 232, could be worth considering a ride up to 3 something. Man, I'm not going to lie. I think I got to set an alert. Let me zoom it out. Oh, man, there's nothing there. All right, let's see if we gamble. Wait, give me a second. What's the actual number? 232. Yeah, give me 234. Let's see what 234 looks like. Again, I will not trade INVO unless my finger's on the mouse the whole time. Like, if I can find a moment in between meetings where things look good, maybe I'll trade this thing. I would not buy this and walk away, even the decent day that we saw today. Because worst case, this thing actually comes back down to 182. Man, actual super worst case, this thing falls to 133 or $1.14. All right. So, and again, I still see it going up after hours, and I'm still saying bad things can happen. If we can get over the 100, I wouldn't mind trying to catch some of this gap fill and make my way up. But I don't know. End of the day, listen, one more time. This is a silly stock movement. This is very indicative of a bad market, in my opinion. And yeah, don't Don't change a good trading strategy when you see things like this, all right? Aku. Look, Aku might be an interesting one because this one flashed a little bit of life, did a decent rebound, and then went, okay? That said, again, I think, and look, I for sure see it, right? Like, there's not a lot stopping us from going all the way up to 39 cents. If 39 cents breaks, there's not a lot stopping us from going to 50. If 50 breaks, there's not a lot of us stopping from 61. I don't think this will go much higher than 61. If it does, you're going to start going into that like meme crazy worldness, right? But yeah, that 60-cent line seems pretty strong. I'll draw this one too just to have it. Yeah, again, look, if you want to trade this, obviously you do you, baby, right? Like, we're in a red. We're in a decent gap between the next moving average. Like, the MACD is actually positive. RSI doesn't look too horrible. It's a little high, right? But this actually was relatively decent volume. It was actually at least in the millions before it went up. Obviously, that's a crazy spike up, right? But yeah, end of the day, none of these are anything I would recommend trading. I think these are all get some popcorn and watch a cool show. And more than anything, man, don't let someone else's confidence sway you, all right? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, as always, I appreciate you so much.